Coming off the back of a perfect HeartGold run, and the fact that Pokemon Silver was the first perfect leg of the challenge so far, it feels like SoulSilver is destined to be another one. All three of the Johto starters have been banned now, so the run doesn't truly start until we reach Violet City. Slugma, the banned Cyndaquil, sees us there safely, and we quickly get into a conversation with a very important NPC. Primo has a questionnaire for us that has prizes tied to very specific answers. Based on my trainer ID, answering Primo's questions with number 1 vacation and forecast bath awards us a Pokemon egg. Upon hatching, Balls the Slugma becomes our starter for the run. Suddenly Cyndaquil's name makes sense. Hatching at level 1, training is a painstaking ordeal. Thankfully, Wild Kakuna provide the opportunity to power up completely risk-free. We just have to scurry to the center after each KO is all. Repeating this enough times gets Balls strong enough to climb the Sprout Tower. Training speeds up exponentially once this becomes an option, and after clearing the tower, Balls trains to the cap and prepares himself to solo Falkner. Rock Throw Oko's Pidgey and Balls levels up. Pidgeotto is then pelted repeatedly and eventually goes down, ending the battle. Balls and I get ready to move on, and that's when I see it. This damn patch of grass. I can't believe I forgot it was there, even though I just saw it in HeartGold. You know how much easier that whole portion of the run could have been if I went here first? Better late than never, Sean the Mareep joins the team as our Route 32 encounter. To close the gap in power, we backpedal to Sprout Tower. One quick jaunt to Azalea Town later, and our first face-off with Team Rocket is underway. Before completely clearing them out of the well, I run around until we find and catch Tempura the Slowpoke. Tempura immediately works towards catching up. No misplay will take them away from us this time. Team Rocket's grunts are then mowed down as we make our way to Proton, with Sean evolving into Flaffy. The freshly evolved Sean Oko's Zubat, and Balls handles Coughing with Ember. Balls continues to light show as the Azalea gym trainers are defeated. The team trains, and our battle with Bugsy is quickly at hand. Balls throws rocks repeatedly at Scyther until it falls, leaving Metapod and Kakuna to be scorched by Ember for the win, and Silver quickly follows Bugsy up for a battle. Balls continues his onslaught and 2-hit KOs Ghastly with Ember. I use Yawn on Crocnaw before sending Sean into Oko with a crit Thundershock. Zubat enters the field and is quickly taken out, opening the way to Ilex Forest. None of our party members are capable of using the field move necessary for us to progress. HM the Rattata joins us to rectify this issue. Just to be clear, HM cannot participate in battle. If everyone else on the team goes down in a battle while HM is in the party, that's a wipe. With Cut acquired, the team moves on through the forest, Sean learns Headbutt, and we arrive in Goldenrod City. As is tradition, and for the last time, we take our detour to accumulate coins and pick up a slew of TMs for the team. We then go through the to-do list and take on the Goldenrod gym trainers, train up, and challenge Whitney. Sean starts things off by 2-hit KOing Clefairy with Thunderbolt. Thank you, Voltorb Flip. Keeping the pressure on, Sean works through Attract and paralyzes Miltank with Thunderbolt, triggering its Lumberry. Static paralyzes on contact right after, and I get Tempura to take over. Attract isn't a concern, so Tempura is able to set up with Curse and take Miltank down with Headbutt. Despite this being the least equipped I've ever been to deal with her, this team did an excellent job against Whitney. None of the areas nearby offer a new encounter, so the team speeds along to Ecruteak City. To the west, Route 38 finally bestows upon us a new friend. Nyan the Meowth isn't the best encounter, but I'll take what I can get. Torero the Tauros, on the other hand, is an absolute powerhouse, joining us from Route 39. Realizing I didn't make use of Headbutt, I head way back to Route 31 and start shaking trees. Our only interaction with one in the past led to a very early death, but Grenade the Pineco will make for a very interesting addition to the team. All of the new additions train to catch up, and we finally get back on track. Silver is in our crosshairs as we enter the burned tower. Nyan takes Ghastly out with Bite, and Balls uses Flamethrower to melt Magnemite. Sean's Thunderbolt Oko's Crocnaw and Zubat to end the battle. The beasts are unleashed, yada yada yada, and the team trains up to the cap to challenge Morty. Looking to prove his worth, Nyan leads in battle. Feint Attack is an Oko on the lead Ghastly and the following Haunter. Gengar gets taunted out of using Hypnosis before Torero takes over. After tanking Sucker Punch, Payback Oko's Gengar, and Haunter meets the same fate, netting us our next badge. Nyan more than proved their mettle with this one. One dumb Team Rocket grunt is handled by Balls before we move on to Olivine City and climb its lighthouse. Once Jasmine requests our aid, the team sets sail for Cianwood City. With the secret potion in hand, the team takes on the gym trainers and then gets into battle with Eugene. Torero leads and takes Drowsy out with Payback and Horn Attack. Electrode misses Screech, and Strength handily 2-hit KOs. Paralyzed by Static and cursed by Haunter, I get Nyan to finish Haunter off. The team trains hard ahead of our battle with Chuck, which leads to Sean's evolution into Ampharos, Grenade into Fortress, and Nyan into Persian. Torero, the normal type, then laughs in the face of the type matchup as he leads an Oko's Primeape with Zen Headbutt. Poliwrath uses its Citrus Berry to offset our damage dealt and then puts Torero to sleep. I pivot to Grenade to tank the incoming Focus Punch and pepper damage in. Surf hits way harder, so Tempura takes over and is promptly put to sleep. Sean finally enters and ends the battle with Thunderbolt. We quickly get the secret potion to Jasmine and challenge her once she returns to the gym. With Flamethrower, Balls is able to Oko Magnemite number 1 and Steelix, completely ignoring its confusion, until Magnemite number 2 is sent out. Sean tries to finish the job, but is absolutely embarrassed by Magnemite. I get Nyan to take over, but he's also bodied by this immortal magnet. Grenade can't measure up either, but Torero finally ends the battle with Strength, getting the KO with a crit after 2 Hyper Potions. What a nightmare. Magnemite number 2's last stand completely negates how impressive it was that Ball smoked Jasmine's other 2 Pokemon. The team heads east to Mahogany Town and Sean zaps the Red Gyarados. Lance asks for our help with Team Rocket and we quickly bulldoze the grunts in their base. Torero is able to make short work of Petrel's team, so we follow the mimicking Murkrow to the gates of the control center. Lance's Dragonite helps Torero dispatch Ariana and the Grunt, and the Electrode are whittled down by Grenade, opening up the Mahogany Gym. Balls and Sean work together to trounce the gym trainers, and the team trains up to challenge Price. Sean leads to contend with Seal, and Piloswine is immediately sent out next. Torero is able to trade blows and come out on top, and Sean handily finishes Dugong off for the win. Team Rocket is on the menu one last time, and the team breezes past the grunts littering the radio tower to battle Petrel again. Tempura starts things off, and does well to KO half of his team before Smokescreen becomes too cumbersome. Grenade takes over to reset as necessary, and the two work together to end the battle. Before we can beat up more grunts and rescue the real radio tower director, Silver throws down the gauntlet. Balls gets an Omni Boost from Ancient Power and nabs the 2-hit KO on Golbat. I recklessly keep him in to put Feraligatr to sleep and almost pay for it before Sean can KO with Thunderbolt. Sneasel, the menacing Magnemite, and Haunter are taken out by Thunderbolt as well, showing Silver the error in his ways. We grab the card key from the director after blitzing past the grunts on guard, and face off with the remaining executives to get to the top of the tower. Proton's Golbat and Weezing are taken out by Torero's Zen Headbutt, and Ariana's team is taken out just as handily, in spite of Arbok's Intimidate lowering our attack stat at the start. Nyan gets our battle with Archer started, taking Houndour out with ease. Power Gem does big damage to Houndoom next, but Nyan can't outdamage the Hellhound. Tempura assists before being dropped low, teeing Torero up to finish the job. Coughing is then defeated, and Team Rocket is forced into hiding, waiting for us down the line in Gen 7. The team has a ton of powering up to do before we can challenge Claire, starting with the gym trainers. After what feels like an eternity, Tempura evolves into Slowbro, and Balls evolves into Magcargo. With the team at their fullest potential, we get our last Johto gym battle started. Sean starts us off strong with an Oko on Gyarados. Torero does big damage to Dragonair, forcing a Hyper Potion. I then stall some uses of Dragon Pulse with Rest before getting Grenade in to start setting hazards. After getting 3 layers of spikes up, Payback knocks Dragonair out. Tempura takes over once Dragonair number 2 is sent out. Zen Headbutt is an Oko after spikes, leaving the monstrous Kingdra to overcome. Nyan answers the call but is hit hard, so I'm forced to send Tempura back in. Slack Off keeps Tempura in the game long enough to wear Kingdra down and get the KO with Zen Headbutt. When she switched up and used Hyper Beam, I was convinced Tempura was done for. A win is a win, but we don't get the badge until we complete the quiz. I'm glad to be rid of this silly gimmick for good. Professor Elm directs us to Ecruteak with a Master Ball, and the Kimono Ladies challenge us to their gauntlet. After the team works together to defeat the Evolutions, we head over to the Whirl Islands with our Silverwing and Clearbell in tow. The ladies complete their dance like last time, and Lugia makes its presence known. I don't know what kind of demon time I was on when I played these 2 games, but Lugia joins Ho-Oh and the Beyond. We get some prep done and head over to Kanto, powering up on our way to and through Victory Road before getting our final battle with Silver started. Nyan defeats Sneasel after taking big damage, and Sean Okos for Alligator. Confuse Ray is ignored as Sean keeps the pressure on to KO Golbat and Haunter, finally handing things off to Grenade to defeat Kadabra. Disable throws a wrench in that plan, so Torero takes over, defeating Kadabra and then Magneton for the win. We then get to grinding before the Elite Four challenge for the last time this gen. Nyan starts strong against Will. After faking Xatu out and using Nasty Plot, Shadow Ball is enough to shred Will's entire team. Balls aims to repeat the performance in the lead position against Koga. Ariados wastes a turn using Spiderweb and Flamethrower Okos. Fortress abuses Protect and then gets a layer of Toxic Spike set before being defeated, and Venomoth lands a weak Psychic before going down. Muck starts to minimize span while I use Yon to put it to sleep. Torero takes over and Earthquake eventually connects for the KO, dropped low by Poison Chip. Crobat continues the evasion BS, but Sean sees right through it to KO Thunderbolt. Not as straightforward as Nyan's run against Will, but still deathless. Tempura is the frontrunner in our battle with Bruno. Multiple uses of Curse beef Tempura's attack and defense a ton, and Zen Headbutt Oko's Hitmontop and Hitmonchan. Onyx survives Avalanche and is healed up in vain as Zen Headbutt KOs afterwards. Machamp and Hitmonlee then go down with little resistance, ending the battle. I don't really have a direct plan of attack as we challenge Karen, opting to lead with Sean. Sean eventually takes Umbreon down, only to be forced out by Murkrow's Whirlwind. Nyan is sent out and is able to set up 2 nasty plots before knocking Murkrow out. With the boosts, Shadow Ball Oko's Gengar, Power Gem Oko's Houndoom, and Vileplume drops us low with Petal Dance before falling to 2 Shadow Balls. That went way better than expected. Looks like I was right to say Destiny demanded perfection as we step up to Lance. Only one more win required. Like we did against Bruno, Tempura is the lead and setting up curses is the play. Slack Off keeps our health up as necessary, and eventually, Tempura has a full stack of boosts. Zen Headbutt then Oko's Gyarados. Dragonite number 1 paralyzes us, but Avalanche Oko's right after. That paralysis threatens to end our run, but Tempura is able to slack off and KO Dragonite number 2 in the nick of time. Aerodactyl's Crunch tickles with our boosts, and Avalanche Oko's again. Charizard does much better damage with Air Slash, but doesn't get the flinch, so Avalanche connects to KO. Finally, Dragonite number 3 is sent out. It uses Safeguard on the turn Tempura slacks off, leaving us completely safe to end the battle with Avalanche. And just like that, we can enter another perfect leg into the record books. This was a very unorthodox team to run through the game with. Ensuring our EVs were properly trained up whenever possible maximized the otherwise middling damage output these Pokemon had, and it turned out to be well worth it. Can't say I've ever swept anyone with a Nasty Plot Persian until now, even if it was just Will. The Slugma, Mareep, Slowpoke, Meowth, Pinecolines, and Tauros have joined the ban list at the end of Gen 4. But before we go, let's see how well they can do against Red. Sean starts the battle against Pikachu. Rain Dance clears the hazardous hail, and Light Screen bolsters the team's special defense. With Static paralyzing Pikachu, I send Grenade out to riddle the field with hazards of all kinds. Stealth Rock, Regular, and Toxic Spikes are laid down as Pikachu whittles away at and eventually defeats Grenade. He more than accomplished his mission for this battle though. Nyan takes his place and avenges the loss with Fake Out. Blastoise enters the field and is chunked by Grenade's hazards before Sean pivots in and gets the KO, reapplying the rain and the light screen too. With so little HP remaining anyway, Sean stays in and drops a Thunder on Snorlax before going down to Crunch. Red heals his Lax up as I start setting up curses with Tempura. Snorlax's Shadow Ball annoyingly lowers our special defense multiple times, so I'm forced to attack early, failing to KO. Nyan bails Tempura out, but is unable to KO as well before Giga Impact connects and knocks him out. Yikes. Torero takes over and Rock Climb secures the KO. Lapras then goes down with no resistance thanks to the hazards and a flinching Rock Slide. As Venusaur joins the battle, I sack Tempura to safely get Balls in. Balls initially misses the mark, so Red heals Venusaur up and the two trade blows, ending in our favor. Balls then uses Ancient Power to defeat Charizard to end the battle. Honestly, 4 deaths in exchange for a win with a team as unique as this is a pretty good accomplishment. Certainly won't let it diminish the fact that the main portion of the run was perfect. With the ban list as big as it is now, Pokemon Black's ban-free encounter lineup offers us some well-needed reprieve. tune in to see how the start of Gen 5 goes in the Soul Lock next time.